Champions League phase. Who else got 3 important points? Manchester City did, playing against Dortmund. Big win for them, 4-1. The final score we've been promising you. We'll take you over to the Etihad, where Jeremy Doku is waiting for us. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello.
Jeremy.
How are you guys?
Why are you alone? Where's JB? Where's Peter?
He's hiding. He's hiding.
He's not allowed. They don't like him in them parts, do they?
Oh, my God.
Jeremy, when we were going through the highlights, Thierry said that he had a question he would love to be able to ask you, so maybe he could just ask you that.
First and foremost, congratulations. Alles goed?
Thank you.
All good?
Alles goed. Comment ça va?
Oui, ça va bien. Bon, we're going to carry on in English, sorry.
Okay.
No, I wanted to ask you that question. First and foremost, the way you went past the defender was brilliant as usual, but what did you see when you crossed? Because I was asking myself, did you see O'Reilly or you saw the big man at the back or you wanted to keep that ball alive? What did you see?
To be honest...
Be honest, that's what we're asking.
I saw the defenders going to the first post, and I saw just a gap. And I said, like, someone has to be there. I just played in the gap, and I saw... But I didn't have the time to see Erling.
Okay.
But I just saw the gap, and I played in the gap, and he was there.
Can I ask you another question?
Yeah.
I'm interested with that one. So you're playing with, I would say, one of the best, if not the best finisher that I've seen, right? Especially at his age. What do you have to do in order? Do you guys, for example, speak to each other, knowing where he wants the ball or not?
Yeah, on training sometimes, and most of the time, like after a game or after a situation, we say he comes to me or I come to him. I said, like, yeah, be there, or he tells me I was there, something like that. But we could communicate a bit more to have a better understanding, that's for sure.
No, because we know at the end of the day that you can cross the ball any way you want. It will score, but I'm thinking about you and how you would like maybe to feed him, because more often than not, you beat your man and you go by the byline. And one of the best cross ever when you're there is or you dink it second post or you put it back like you did. You keep it alive. But well done anyway. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jeremy,
you're right.
So
Yes.
you're going to answer. Sorry to jump in, but I want to ask you about the hug with Pep. After the game, it was a big embrace there. What was he saying to you there?
No, because you know the goal that they scored, and
yes,
I was in the wall, and he was saying that was my fault. But afterwards we talked, and he knew it was not my fault because I did my task, so it was not my fault.
No,
so he just came to me. He told me that.
You've been excellent this season. I think this season you've been one of City's standouts. What changed this season from last season? I know you still got to bed into the team, of course, but you've been excellent. What's the difference been?
There are a lot of differences. I think the difference is that I just play free. I come to the ball. I don't care if I lose the ball or not. I just play free and purely out of instinct, and I just go where the ball is and don't think about the consequences. And obviously, if I think too much about the statistics, then I'm not gonna do it. So it comes naturally. And I also speak with a legend that sometimes helps me as well. So yeah.
Oh, does TT coach you, does he?
Why you have to blow my cover?
Okay, no, that's interesting. So obviously, Belgian national team player Thierry was formerly the assistant coach of Belgium. A couple of questions for you. First of all, what does the team miss TT? What do you most miss about working with Coach? And secondly, can you share with us something that maybe you feel like you learned from Thierry?
Oh. Yeah, obviously having him in our squad is a bonus, and what I miss a lot is like after trainings the work that we did, and he's honest. He doesn't care about. He was a player. He doesn't care about your feelings. He's just gonna tell you this, and you accept it and you move on and you grow, or you stay where you are and you don't become the player you want to be. So I appreciate that, and also. Nobody really talks to me about my 1v1s, but he was the first person ever that talked to me about my 1v1s and how I can be better and effective in even the last phase, because a lot of people say, Jeremy, you have to be more statistics, but how? They don't tell me how. Just do it, but how? And he really talks to me how, and that's the first time, and I appreciate that.
Oh, like that. And Thierry, as we've been watching, Jeremy play and watch the games, I've heard you speak very highly of Jeremy as well.
Jeremy is a player that he doesn't know what he can do. I mean, he has no limits, zero limits, but he needs guidance. He needs to know what he needs to do. When you explain something to someone, if there is not a thought process behind it, they're not going to comprehend what needs to happen. And so in 1v1, we all know he can finish, but sometimes you need to slow down to be able to reaccelerate and see the picture. Can you see the big picture? Do you see the solution or do you see the problem? When you put your head up, eyes can be pretty deceiving. What do you see? Do you see the problem or you see the solution? The brain will make you see the solution. Sometimes eyes can be deceiving and you see the problem. That's the difference.
Ooh, that was deep.
Well, it feels like I'm about to take another L. But I've got to ask the question. Who's your favourite on the show?
Thierry. I'm sorry.
You know what? I've had a lot of L's recently, you know that?
Jeremy, we appreciate you. We appreciate the honesty. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
See you later. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So nice. He's great.
Why wasn't Jamie there?
I don't know. Why don't you ask Jamie?
Well, I've tried to.
Ask production. Anyway.
Should we move on to Chelsea?
Anyway.
Jeremy, congratulations. Another big Champions League win. That must have been a good feeling tonight out there.
Yeah, it was a great night against a good opponent. I think we started really well. We scored some nice goals as well. And second half was a bit more difficult, but obviously we're very happy with this victory.
For you personally, you were absolutely everywhere out there tonight. Did you enjoy it?
I enjoy it, and I feel like I can still improve a lot more on my final passes, in front of the goal. But today I enjoyed it, and I'm just gonna rest now because of the big game ahead.
It must feel when you work under Pep Guardiola, there's always room for improvement. What was he saying to you on the final whistle there, just on the pitch?
No, it was because of a misunderstanding with the last with their goal, with the free kick. But it's solved now. But yeah, we always want to improve because we want to be the best, so it's normal.
You got the assist for Haaland's goal tonight. I mean, the form he's in, he's absolutely brilliant. He said yesterday that he's not even close to Ronaldo and Messi, but if he keeps getting the numbers he's getting, he's got to be in the conversation.
In terms of numbers, Erling is unbelievable. Even tonight he scored one goal, but it's so much more than just goals and assists, and he provides that for us, so he's so important for us.
And this week, 2 wins already, third one for you coming at the weekend against Liverpool. Would that make it a perfect week?
That would make it a perfect week before the interland break. So we have to rest well, recover well, and then we're going to prepare well for them.
Well done tonight.
Thank you. See you.
At what it does to the standings then. Bayern Munich with a brilliant display last night against PSG, despite the fact they went down to 10 men, still managed to get a win on the road in Paris. Arsenal with a 3-0 win as well means that they go up to second. You got Inter and then Man City who move up with their win tonight. Paris drop all the way down, Paris Saint-Germain to 5th, and then the Geordies make their way up as well there. Newcastle, look at that, 6 above Real Madrid and Liverpool. All change at the top of the table at the moment, but still time. Probably going to change a lot more, isn't it, really? OK, 4-1 then. A big win for Manchester City against Borussia Dortmund tonight. And just felt like everything was really clicking for them.
Yeah, definitely. Slowish start, but overall, course of the game, it looked like one winner. Very accomplished performance and, yeah, a momentum builder, as we said earlier.
Yeah, you can see some of the players warming down behind us, and Joe Bellingham has actually just come out now to warm down himself. We'll talk about the Borussia Dortmund side of things in just a second's time, but you can always kind of tell when things are going well at Manchester City and when Pep Guardiola is particularly delighted because it's written all over his face. And at the end of that game, he was celebrating with everyone, cuddling everyone. It just seems to be like quite a good vibe with them at the moment.
Yeah, I think he knows his team's getting back to its best. I think it helps, obviously, having something like Donnarumma in goal and Haaland at the top of the pitch, but it just feels like they've got all these brilliant little players. Even I think Cherki coming on scored a fabulous goal. Him and Phil Foden are going to be some good fun in supporting Erling Haaland, but I think he's got a great squad again this season. I think last year all the injuries and Rodri, and then the confidence went down. I think all of a sudden now I think they're slowly building, they're doing well in the Champions League, second in the Premier League. Obviously got a big game at Anfield on Sunday, and that is if they win that, then it's game on for everything.
Donnarumma had some brilliant moments actually, didn't he, today?
Yeah, definitely, and I think he's done that. I think he had a slight blip on the weekend regarding the goal that we conceded or they conceded, but I think he's just steadied the ship. I think even after that goal, we were speaking before the game when we only, no one got carried away. We haven't even discussed it. I think previously, if goalkeepers make mistakes, they take that into the next game, but you don't feel that with Donnarumma.
Do you think that it suits Manchester City and Pep in particular, with the focus not so much being on them so far this season, so much focus on other teams like Arsenal doing well, Liverpool having their blip? Do you think actually it's kind of allowed them to go about their business quietly and be really, it sounds so strange to say, be the underdogs for Man City, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And I think as great as Arsenal are, they haven't done it. They haven't won it yet. And they're getting there and they're going to win it eventually. But I think they're the last team you want chasing you is these guys that have been there and done it for such a long time, players and the manager. But I think they've put themselves in a great position, Arsenal. But this City team, they're going to chip away quietly. And if they can get Rodri back into the mix with this team, with what they have, then it's going to be a fascinating title race.
Jolien, they've got that quiet confidence where they love the hunt, don't they?
Definitely. But I think they're used to both scenarios. I think if they do get to the top and teams are chasing them, it's equally as daunting for the opposition. I think they still believe and have self-belief in themselves that they've seen the job out regardless of what the circumstances are when they've chased Arsenal down, they've chased Liverpool down, and they've also been there for the majority of the season. So whatever the end of the season poses, they've got experience in that.
Yeah, Phil Foden had a brilliant night tonight. He's going to come and join us in a few moments' time. So please stay with us because we've got so much to discuss. Just as football fans, he is one of those players that is just, when he's on top of his game, he's so joyful to watch.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is just natural. I know there's great coaches out there and academies do amazing work, but I remember seeing a video of Phil when he was such a young boy. He must have been 7 or 8, and he played the exact same way. He has such a gift for football. And when he checks his shoulder and he gets it on his back foot, Jolien, I think he's as good as anyone at that. And when he gets in there, then it's just...
Yeah, his fundamentals and his ability to do the things that he did tonight and the 2 goals he scored, that they will be considered good goals from a lot of people, but having experienced players that can't do that and being one of them players that can't do that is exceptionally difficult what he's done today and made it look so easy. And his ability to check his shoulders, scan the area, receive the ball, make the right decisions, the right way to pass. There's so many elements to them goals that he scored tonight that are so underrated.
But also as well, you see him smiling there. It's really important to enjoy the good moments.
Yeah.
Because, he was obviously boy wonder coming through, and then a couple of years ago he was player of the year, and rightly so. 27 goals. Last season was tricky for everyone, but see him smile like that and play the way he did today. His ability to affect the game is very unique.
How about Cherki as well, getting his first Champions League goal?
Yeah, exciting times for him. 2 solid appearances, one start on the weekend, 1 solid performance today. He's again just building confidence, and like I said before, I think if you get him and Phil into the team, it poses a difficult threat for any opposition.
Let's see it. It's coming up now. You can talk me through it, Owen.
I'm telling you, this kid might be the bargain of the season at 30 mil. Yeah. He is so special. Left and right, he's literally exactly the same. He's a great finisher. Technically, he is literally probably as good as anyone. And Pep mentioned before, I think his ceiling is...
I don't know if there's a player as comfortable on both sides.
No, I don't.
Dribbling, passing, whatever it is, shooting, whatever it is, whatever the action requires, he's able to execute. And I don't know, again, it's probably underrated because he's so comfortable.
Imagine him and Phil together, and then you got Haaland kind of leading the line. And the thing is, as
Doku
well,
and
if they use the
on the
width
wings.
like they did today, those boys are going to get pockets of space to work in, and they're just too good technically to stop.
And he's getting high praise from the likes of Erling Haaland as well, which speaks volumes.
Yeah, Erling said before the game and in the press yesterday that he reminds him of playing with Kevin, so that is very high praise, and his ability to make things happen out of nothing, spot a pass when it's probably not on for a lot of players. So yeah, it's exciting times, and as like I said, that they're building a lot more confidence, and you've seen it after the game. There was a lot more camaraderie, a lot more smiles, and that is only a good feeling.
Those are big boots to fill, though, aren't they, with Kevin?
I mean, they're massive boots. But the thing is as well...
Clown shoes.
But you know what? He's embraced it. He's taken the number 10 shirt. I don't think he's a player that lacks confidence. He's going to be different than Kevin, obviously. He's more of a dribbler. He's very two-footed. But Kevin was one of the greatest creators we've ever seen.
How much is this team now moving into that next generation? Because there have been so many big characters that have left Man City lately. And I asked you before the game about where do you think Pep is with knowing his best 11? That's a difficult question to ask when you've got a manager like Pep who probably has a couple of best 11s in his mind.
Yeah, I don't think he know. Well, I think he knows it for now, but whether that's going to be the best 11 at the end of the season when it's the business end and the trophies are being handed out, who knows? And has said, I think he's just confident in the squad, and he's often spoke about having the capabilities to rely on any player, and I think he's building that now. I think he's getting to the stage of this squad where he realises, I can rely on all the players.
But the thing is as well, like Savinho's come in today, played great.
Yeah.
You know, obviously Doku's had a great season. They have so many players that can slot in. I don't actually think they have as many individual stars. I think the squad as a whole, outside of Haaland, I think is all the players are quite a similar level. I think obviously Haaland and Donnarumma, but I think the rest of the boys, I think Pep could rotate depending on who's in form.
If you had to put your money on a team now, Jolyon, for the Champions League, has anything about Man City's performance in the last couple of weeks changed the way that you expected things to go?
No, listen, when they're on form, they're as good as anyone. It's finding the consistency throughout the season that they lacked last season. Listen, they've been the favourites for a number of years, and rightly so, but you can't look past Bayern Munich and what Vinny's doing there, so you've got to look at them being the favourites.
OK, well, Jules Breach is in the tunnel catching up now with Pep Guardiola live, so let's go over to them now.
Pep, congratulations on a good Champions League win this evening. How do you sum up your team's performance?
Well, considering we played 2 days ago, and always Dortmund in the Champions League is a top side. We saw the quality first 10-15 minutes. We didn't know where we were. And after that, we make a 1 or 2 long possessions and break the lines, and we can run, and I thought it was better. We had, I would say, 10 bad minutes, and 10-15 minutes after the goal conceded. That was not good because they pushed, they put 5, 6, 7 players up front, they contact quick the runners. But after when Ruben came with 5 in the back, we could arrive better in the sides, and we finished the game with a good goal. So huge compliment, huge respect for these players, and yeah, we have in a good position to next game Leverkusen. If you can make, another 1 or 2 victories, maybe we were close to finishing the first 8.
Another record for Erling Haaland tonight, scoring in 5 consecutive Champions League games for 3 different clubs. What is it about the way he works that has made him the elite striker that he is?
So I don't know, to be honest, I don't know, because I didn't know, but every time I come here in press conference, give me another record. So this is the truth. I'm happy for him, he deserves it.
When you signed Haaland from Dortmund, many people were questioning whether he could replicate the goals he got there at a top Premier League club. Wow, I mean, he's continued to do it. How much of a joy is it to continue seeing him improve?
Yeah, as much good players had alongside him, easier it will be. So the big clubs normally have a good players and always make the potential for the rest, all of us.
How good was Phil Foden tonight? 2 lovely goals. How close is he to getting back to his best form?
I would say he's already there. It's no need to be closer. He's already there. So the truth that we miss our goals, he having incredible goals, and how many times we have seen that for Phil, right? How many times we have seen that generosity with effort, but especially with the final third, and we miss it a lot. And happy the 3 new players score goals and not Erling Haaland.
He can't be ignored by Thomas Tuchel with performances like that, can he?
Thomas knows perfectly how good Phil it is, and he is, and I'm pretty sure Thomas will do the best for your country.
Now, the attention turns to Liverpool. After these 2 wins, how confident are you going into Sunday?
Yeah, I think they arrived with the confidence after Villa Madrid, and we arrived with good confidence as well. I've been our biggest rival in the last 9-10 years, so not necessarily to say how good they are, but ready. So now, tomorrow training, recover, 1 day off, and prepare the game as best as possible. So we talk a lot about this week, how important it was, and we handle it really, really well. And it's a pleasure to face them, and with our people, our fans. I know how much it means, and hopefully we can do a good game.
Congratulations tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
OK, Pep Guardiola there with Jules Breach, and just in time. Hello, Phil. Lovely to see you. We got you an umbrella just in case, because we don't want you getting cold. We don't want to get you in trouble with any one of your bosses, or us in trouble, actually, we should be saying. Yeah, you're used to this kind of weather. Listen, Phil, congratulations. Wow, what a brilliant game. I just want to ask a personal question to start you off with. How much are you enjoying your football as much as it looks like you are at the moment?
Yeah, loving it. Just need to play with a smile on my face, which I'm doing. Obviously last year was tougher, not just me, myself, but everyone. And there's a new togetherness this season, and you can tell today Dortmund caused us some problems. It was a great team, but yeah, we stuck at the game plan and broke them down with our talent up front, and that's what we want to try and do.
Yeah, you touched on last season, Phil, and what were your takeaways? Obviously, personally and club-wise, it being tough, but what are your takeaways from last season and going into this season?
You learn a lot from it as well when you're going through a tough patch. Some of that, we have great captains in the team that we speak about. How can we get back on track? And we've had great players to the squad as well. That's brought real hunger and togetherness. So yeah, it's just about speaking how we can get back on track and try and be the team that we used to be. And I think this season we're seeing glimpses of that.
Jules, our reporter, just asked your manager how far you are to getting back to your best, and your manager said with a great smile on his face, he's already there. It looks like you are already playing completely back at your best at a different level. We want to show you your goals, because 2 today. I couldn't believe this, your first Champions League brace as well, and here was the first one.
They'll talk us through this in that little pocket in there. No, yeah. Once you get the space and check your shoulder, they can't stop it.
Yeah, I was surprised how much space I got.
Is that because Savinho's wide and Haaland, they kind of give you that pocket to work in?
Yeah, it's just sticking to the roles, sticking to what the manager says and waiting for the right moment to attack. And I think we found myself perfectly at the right time. And yeah, I just got my head up and found the space.
How much are you using the defender there, Phil, to bypass?
Yeah, a lot, especially on that action. I used him a lot just to try and put it around him so the keeper couldn't see. And yeah, just happy to find the back of the net.
Who's that, by the way?
I'm not sure, just a random fan.
I think he knows you.
This guy, you've absolutely made his life because he's gone viral on Twitter.
Yeah.
But he's wearing a half and half scarf. Did you see that?
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
Getting him a bit of stick as well.
Fan he is, but
we were looking at it going, does he know him? Because it was so casual the way you went up and given a cuddle. But anyway, he's famous now, so congratulations. Should we get into your second goal?
Yeah.
Let's have a little look at that. Tell us what was going through your mind for this one.
In the pocket, checking my shoulder. I knew I could get on the back foot. And once I got on the back foot, it was just about getting the shot away at the right time. And
you're making that sound too easy.
Yeah.
I mean, the lads are, a couple yards away from you?
Yeah, I'm just scanning to
You
make
do
sure
that, I think, as good as anyone. Scholes used to do that. Amazing. Yeah. But you do that in such a short space of time, which gives you that space to work.
Yeah, I already knew what I was going to do before I got the ball as well, because I seen the space, I seen where the defenders was, and yeah, I like that back foot receiving and try and get the shot away. So
who taught you that though? I think for young kids learning to check your shoulder so that you know that you have time and you can take a touch.
Did
somebody teach you that, or did you learn that? Have that?
I think naturally I had that. I was always checking my shoulders, and that's the type of player I'm trying to get it on the back foot. I think everyone has the strength, and that's my strength.
What about next? So we were just speaking before you came here about, do Man City enjoy the chase? Do you like being in a position in the league, and the Premier League, and also the Champions League phase, where you're almost sitting back a little bit because you're so good? You're so good at leading, but you're also really good at hunting down. What do you prefer?
No, it's obviously easier to be on top, but yeah, if you're not, just try and find a different way to win. And I think this year especially, obviously when we went to the likes of Arsenal away, the defensive structure now is a lot better, and last year we would have conceded more goals tonight. So all I can say is when things are not going right, we stick together as a team and see the game out now.
Owen made a point earlier. He said it's 2 consecutive games where the opposition have had more possession. Is that a factor that you're working on in training? Are you thinking to get the ball forward more quickly and be more efficient, or is it just happened to be?
I think with the likes of players we've got, Jeremy, Savio, they like to attack quick. So I'd say a little bit more this year, we're a little bit more direct. Yeah. Obviously, it's something we don't want is the other team to have possession, but look, it's the Champions League, the quality side, and sometimes it happens. It's just about, like I said, sticking together and picking your right times to attack.
There was a little smile on your face there, though, when I did say, do you enjoy the chase? Do you think that...
I'm just used to it.
Sorry, but do you think that people are overlooking Man City a little bit this season?
I'm not too sure. If they are, it don't really bother us. We just have to focus on ourselves and, like I said, just keep putting points on the board. And like I said, that togetherness it goes a long way. So.
Yeah, well, it is paying dividends. Lovely to see you, Phil, and lovely to see you playing so well as well. Take care.
Thank you.
We'll let you get out of the rain. Go and relax now. Phil Foden with 2 goals tonight in the Champions League. See you later, mate. Take care. More reaction still to come. Is there? Where are we going?
Manchester City have sealed a good win, and they go into that huge game with Liverpool on Super Sunday off the back of a 4-1 success against Borussia Dortmund. Erling Haaland, no doubt the camera focusing on him on the pitch at the moment. He scored, as we knew he would, against his old side, but was he eclipsed by Phil Foden tonight, Danny?
Oh, Phil Foden's 2 finishes were sublime. Absolutely brilliant. Very, very similar But I think we've all seen Phil Foden enough. You know, when he receives that ball on the half turn, lets the ball run across him, takes it on his back foot, he's already running at defenders. And then they don't know which way he's going to go because he has that balance and ability to go both ways. Both finishes, he just strokes it into the far corner. I mean, they're literally a carbon copy of each other. Phil Foden was brilliant, you know, back to his best this evening. Erling Haaland obviously got his goal, as we expect. City, a very professional performance. You know, if City can get that back, and then they can get Rodri back into that team as well, they will be a force. I think, you know, there are still one or two frailties. They conceded 2 or 3 chances late on. Maybe a little bit of complacency crept in, but confident, very good professional performance from Manchester City.
And it's interesting you say that because you think back to last season when City were having all their troubles and they finished, 22nd in the group, didn't they? And they had to go into the playoff.
Them and
that's when they went
PSG,
out.
I think, finished, 1 or 2 places above the dropout zone.
So they learnt their lesson.
I think a lot of the big teams have learnt their lesson this season. Last season was, because it was a foot, everyone was thinking this will be easy. We'll play against enough teams that will pick up enough points. And a lot of the big teams lost games early on and maybe didn't put out the strongest teams, didn't take it seriously, thinking we've got plenty of games left. I think this season they've gone, oh, hang on a minute, let's get the job done early on. Let's put out our strongest team, we'll take it seriously. And if we can maybe play some of the young lads 2 or 3 games to go, that's what we're going to do. So I think the table this season looks completely different to what it did last year when everyone was... The new format was a little bit confusing for everybody.
I'm sure Pep Guardiola was keeping a close eye on Liverpool last night and their win over Real Madrid. If Arne Slot was watching City tonight ahead of Sunday, what will his main takeaways be?
City weren't spectacular. You know, they were dominant in possession. But I think he'll look at it and think there is space in behind the fullbacks. You know, Adeyemi got in several times. You know, Ryerson, when he came on, got in several times down the right-hand side. He'll be looking at, you know, whether it's Gakpo, Mo Salah, thinking we can exploit this. If we play with 3 high up the pitch, there's every chance we'll create chances against Manchester City. So I think it's he'll look at it and go, if we can stop Erling Haaland, and he got 2, Virgil van Dijk will be right up against him, you know, and man-marking him and make sure, see if he can do that job. And then they'll be thinking, we can exploit City going the other way. Because I still think Aït-Nouri's only just coming back. Full-back is their weaker area. You know, Nunez at right, he's not an out-and-out right-back. He gets lost. O'Reilly plays there at times, goes wandering. You know, City full-backs go wandering into midfield, and they do leave spaces in behind. So, again, it's a chance for Liverpool to exploit that.
Rayan Cherki put 2 on a plate for Haaland at the weekend. He was on the bench tonight. He comes off the bench and he scores. Do you see him starting on Sunday?
I think it's unlikely. You know, Bernardo Silva came off the bench today as well. I think Guardiola will look at it and go, what is my strongest, most experienced team? Cherki, when he comes on, he gets like a free roll and he's allowed quite a lot of freedom. I think you'll see the likes of Bernardo Silva, you know, in that midfield, you know, who will keep the ball, will work incredibly hard, is incredibly diligent in the work that he does. It'll be Pep Guardiola's best team that goes out against Liverpool.
Manchester City lit up the Etihad with a commanding 4-1 victory over Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League, delivering a masterclass in pace, precision, and power. From the first whistle, Pep Guardiola's men looked unstoppable, and Dortmund never stood a chance. Phil Foden opened the scoring in the 22nd minute after a slick combination with Tijani Reinders, setting the tone for what was to come. Just 7 minutes later, Erling Haaland, facing his former club, blasted home City's second after a dazzling run from Jeremy Doku. Dortmund's defense looked shell-shocked as City's relentless pressing and crisp passing tore them apart. In the second half, Foden struck again, finishing a flowing move that showcased City's trademark fluidity. Dortmund managed a brief spark when Waldemar Anton curled in a free kick, but it was too little, too late. Substitute Rayan Cherki added the final flourish in stoppage time, sealing a 4-1 rout.